we can finalize these questions.
All right, checking connection. You're now live.
Overuse, God's forgiveness.
All right. What's up, everybody? We're just gonna wait and let some people hop online super quick. So yeah, just be patient and sit with us as we let people jump on.
Yeah.
So Zach, how are you?
You can't see it.
How am I doing?
What's up, Riley? What's up, Preston? How's it going? We're gonna jump into what's up, Alex? We're just gonna be jumping in just a sec. What's up, Caleb? How's it going? What's up, Bella? Bailey, what's up? Everyone's hopping on right here.
Let's go.
Let's see who else.
Yeah, if
is
you guys
on.
have any questions, send them to us. We want to answer them. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes as more people hop on. So
During school? Alex, you're on during school. Hey, this is more important.
yeah, tell
You
your
promise.
teachers.
You promise.
Tell your
It's gonna be great.
teachers.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. What's up, Emma? Bella? Rachel? What's up? But yeah, we're getting some questions. What's up, Sadie? What's up, Adam? What's up, Jade?
Rachel.
What's up, Pastor Ayer?
Ooh, from Maryland.
From Maryland. Let's
Whoa.
go. What's up, Ella?
Very
Preston? Dang, y'all are popular. I wish. What's up,
You know it.
Sugarcoat Cookies?
Rhino.
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 Yeah, Rhino, what's up?
Hilarious.
Christy, what's up?
Christy Moon.
Definitely not Noelle. I don't know who to say hi to because you're definitely not Noelle.
No.
Do you have one you know or something?
Where if you you can either ask questions
Joel,
directly in the
crazy.
chat, or you can type your question. Actually, you can't type your question to the question thing
You wanna
because
do
our
something?
phone is
That
over
one
there
might
live
be
streaming,
fun,
but you're
too.
gonna have to
Maybe
type your
that
questions
one and
directly
the other
into
one
the
to
chat.
Start out.
9 and 1.
What's up, Maddie?
And yeah. And one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up, Micah? What's up, David?
Maddie Booze.
What's up, Alyssa? Yeah.
Watching the live
But
stream.
yeah, if you have a question,
She's
ask that
right
question
there.
directly in the chat. Because our phone that is live streaming is currently right over there. But we do have some questions that are left over from the questions we received while we were on stage this past Wednesday night that we will be kind of talking about here in a sec. Preston, you're not a bad boy. If that was your question, I am answering it right here, right now. You're not
Is
a
that a
bad boy.
statement, a question? All right, you want to hop into ones and
Yeah, you guys ready to start?
feeling good?
Yeah.
Excited,
Let's go.
Daisha?
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, here we go. So again, these questions that we're starting off with are from Wednesday night, things that we didn't get to answer. But I also have the live stream here, so if you guys have some more questions, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll try to get to them as best as we can. So we're going to start with this one. It says, you talked about being able to shoot your shots. We said guys or girls can shoot their shot, but aren't men supposed to pursue women? What do you guys think?
Should we answer this? Should the
I don't
ladies
know.
answer this?
Ladies, what do you prefer?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want?
Well, I feel like the problem is that like everyone says nowadays like anyone can shoot the shot, but I still feel like girls want to be pursued. It's like
Yeah.
a feeling like it's like yes, they want to pursue me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all like a delicate balance too, because like the girl could initiate the conversation, but that doesn't mean the guy isn't pursuing. But the girl could not initiate the conversation, the guy could not be pursuing. You know, it's like this
Yeah.
delicate balance. Just
It is.
because you have the DTR, the define the relationship talk, doesn't mean you're automatically pursuing it. And
Yeah.
and I mean, is it more important for the guy to pursue the relationship in the relationship or pursuing the start of the relationship too?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can
Because
see
if
that.
they don't show the initial like pursuing,
Right.
then the girl's gonna be like, another guy will.
I'm
That's
moving
true.
on.
Yeah, that's true.
No, like
That's
really
true.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, girls do want to feel pursued.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's
Mhm.
like if they don't feel like someone is pursuing them, they're like, okay, well, why would I waste my time too? You know?
Mhm.
So there is kind of that still like active like chivalry or like being a
Mhm.
gentleman almost
Mhm.
that like would still pursue the girl.
And you talked about Wednesday night, like the kind of the unknown of like, would you rather just shoot your shot or like live with? I don't know.
Live
It's
with
like
the
that's
what if.
yeah. It's like no.
Yeah.
You like ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you get shot down, yeah, it's not gonna be fun. But like, wouldn't you rather know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'll say this: when I was in high school, I had like 0 confidence. Now I have like 2%. But
Huge increase.
At least we're
I didn't know. Like I was so scared to shoot my shot that I never did, and so I just kind of played like passively and behind the scenes, and I never know. I mean, I'm happily married now, so pursued it, got it.
Did you
But-
pursue her from the beginning?
No,
Did she pursue you?
no. I mean, I initiated the pursuit. Kind
Yeah,
of.
kinda.
I mean, kind of.
We were friends.
We were
so.
friends.
Yeah, it wasn't from the get go. Oh man, this is gonna be the person I marry or date. It was
Yeah.
we're gonna let that friendship grow a little bit.
For
and
sure.
then-
Yeah.
yeah, that
For
makes
sure.
sense.
But when you don't have confidence, you don't want to shoot that shot. So if you are in high school and you are a girl and you like that guy, maybe like nudge him, because I'm really bad at like getting hints and like reading situations. So I kind of need some straightforwardness. Be like, hey, if you want this thing to happen, I'll allow you to pursue me, type of deal.
Yeah.
Or you can just live passively and not do anything. That's fine.
Because the girl could be passive in that all that too.
That's true,
You
too.
know what I mean?
That's
Of just
true,
like
too.
never, saying like there is a little bit of like the girl can give like a little nudge a little bit, and if they don't do anything, it's like okay, well I'm moving on then. You
Yeah.
know?
Jacob says girls are cats. Like you like go and pet them and then they just like walk away.
That is accurate. And they want to love you when they want to love you.
So like you could pursue
On
them
their
and like be like,
own.
Yeah.
"Where?"
It's like, do you have any catnip? No.
Yeah. You have food for me? Hard pass then.
I'll see you in 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. Okay. So this question says, why is it so hard to know when someone likes you, but so easy to see when someone likes somebody else?
Because it's not like yourself.
Well, I feel like a lot of times we get in our own head.
Yeah.
Like, and you get a little bit of like tunnel vision because you're seeing it from your perspective, not an outside perspective. And it's harder to kind of take that step back and be like, okay, like, what are the signs, of somebody who likes somebody, but it's a lot harder to see that when you're in the thick of it. And so that's why you gotta rely on the help of friends that help you out. But it's harder to see it because you're in the thick of it.
And no matter how confident you are, we all suffer from crippling self-doubt.
Yeah.
Like just
Oh,
with,
for
like
sure.
it's like, oh, there's no way they could like me. There's
Yeah.
no possible way, but they definitely like this other person. And
Yeah.
the other guy is like, no, I actually. You're like,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
They're like
you know what I mean?
hinting at
Yeah,
you.
exactly. You're
Like you like
yeah.
pizza? I really like
Yeah.
pizza.
We should hang out tomorrow. Oh, I don't know why she wants
What
to
does
hang
this
out.
mean?
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just that self-doubt that we all have, like no matter what your confidence level is. Yeah.
Okay, this question says, I've been in love with my best friend since first grade and finally feel ready to tell her, but they are dating someone. What should I do? Should you wait or tell them anyway?
I mean, we kind of talked about this on Wednesday a little bit of like similarly to what we just said. How much do you value that friendship? Because if you tell your best friend, "Hey, I love you," and they're dating someone else, there's a really good chance that friendship is going to come to an end.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. Now, if they're cool with it, which would be weird, it'd be like, yeah, this person loves me over here, but I'm going to hang out with them even though I'm dating someone else.
That's not
You have to determine, what do you value more? Do you value that friendship currently, or do you value the possibility? And based on those circumstances, I would guess that they're going to continue to be in the relationship with the person they're in that relationship with. But that doesn't mean... I don't want to say you can just like wait around for the rebound, but like you could always be the friend in that corner. You could always be like someone that they rely on and fall back to. And so when things get tough or when things end, guess who's going to be there? You are.
And putting yourself, like saying, confessing to that person, oh, I love you, I think we should date. you're probably going to destroy one relationship. You're either going to destroy the relationship between you and your friend, or you're going to destroy the relationship between your friend and their significant other.
Yeah.
So are you cool with destroying a relationship? Like,
I will
yikes.
say,
What'd you say, Daisha?
Don't be a homewrecker.
Don't break the
Well,
girl.
according to Riley and Noelle, they say just go for it, sabotage.
Sabotage.
Oh my
No.
Preston though said don't sabotage. So
I think that if
see you.
it's supposed
I
to
see
be,
you.
then it'll happen.
Yeah.
Like they'll break up on their own because they'll see it. So I
For
say
sure.
don't like insert yourself.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna combine two questions because we had one in high school and one in junior high that were actually really similar. So high school's question says, how do you know when love is real? And then junior high phrased it, how do you know when you've found the one? Like when people say you know you know. So they're similar but different. So how do you know when love is real? And then how do you know you found the one?
Okay, I'll start.
You guys are the married people. You guys are the married people.
I'll start a little controversially. I don't believe in the one. I don't believe that, there's 7-8 billion people on this planet that you just happen to find the one. Because of that, and the reason I believe that is because that love is a choice. And that's how you really have to know, okay, this is the one.
Oh.
This is the one I'm going to choose to love. Is my wife calling me?
Might be. It's probably my wife. Please stream. Keep going. Please stream.
Live video paused. We're good.
Should we have switched it to Do Not Disturb?
I put it on Do Not Disturb, but it
That
just...
means she's called more
because-
than 3 times.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
It's
Sorry,
fine. We're
people.
good. Sorry, my bad.
Do you need to check on Melissa?
It wasn't Melissa, actually. It was
Oh,
someone
okay.
else. I don't know who it was. So, choosing to say, I'm going to love this person for the rest of my life. That's how, if whatever phrase you want to use it, that it's like, oh, this is the one, or this is the one I'm going to marry, that every single day I'm going to wake up and choose to marry or choose to love this person, choose to sacrifice for this person. It's like, that's how you know, then it's like real. That's how you know, okay, my love for this person is real. It's not just, the butterflies in my stomach, that go away at a certain point.
So it's more than just how you feel.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Because there's going to be, you guys know as a married couple, there's going to be times where you just I love this person, but I do not like them right now. I don't want to be around them right now. And so, but if it always...
It's fine. I feel that way about you too.
So I had an itch.
But
Feelings
if your marriage was based off that, then your marriage would just be doing this all the time, because our marital vows are only based on how I feel. It's no, that's insane. It's no, I'm going to choose to love you, even if I don't like you, even if I disagree with you right now, even if you hurt me, you frustrated me, whatever it is.
Yeah. And I think you honestly kind of covered it all, but I think when you talk about when love is real, love, like you said, love is more than just emotion. It's commitment. It's when you're willing to put that other person before yourself when you don't want to, at all times, So sometimes you can be dating someone and you want them to make you feel good and you want them to do these things for you, but when you love someone, it's their needs and their interests are much more important than your own. And so going further than that too, when you found the one, it's you make that conscious decision at all times to love that person and still commit to them regardless. So
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Our generation is super big with hookup culture. How do you find someone who's on the same page as you?
Stay off Tinder.
You're not wrong.
Along those same lines,
yeah.
you make a joke, but where are you finding
Yeah.
the people you're dating? You know what I mean? And obviously junior high and high school is a little different. You're not finding people at the bar, but you look to college and young adults. No, but college and young adults, you see that all the time. It's I can't find a good man. I can't find a good girl. It's well, you're looking at the bar. Stop looking at the bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that's where you're going to find them, everyone's showing their values right there. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that please find your future spouse in this youth group. That would be bad. Granted, I'm a hypocrite and I did that, but it's fine. But you're going to find those common values when you're finding those similar places. So it's if you really are looking on Tinder, might be questionable at times,
Yeah. Well, and you gotta constantly check yourself too, because if you're like constantly putting yourself out in bad situations, or if you, just aren't patient, like, you don't want to jump into, like, you don't want to just go full force and just find the next best thing. You want to be patient. You want to find that person in the right place with the right values, and that will be shown over time, not just, hey, this month I feel like dating somebody, let's go.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's been made such like a normal thing to like hook up with people, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like, just wait, like you said, be patient, and your time will come with the right person. Yeah. But this like generation of hooking up is like not.
And that the question even almost like assumes that of like, not to say that this person hooked up with someone, but like, oh, I hooked up with someone and then I realized that we don't share the same values. It's like, why don't you go back a couple steps? Like, before you even date someone, before you even go on a date with someone, figure out their values, figure out who they are, figure out what they believe, and then be like, I'm not going to pursue a relationship with this person, or we have very similar beliefs. Like, let's pursue a relationship here.
Yeah. I was like that old cliche story of like, you're going on a direction and you're pursuing good things and godly things, and you're just so focused on those good and godly things that eventually you'll turn and you'll see someone who's also pursuing those good and godly things. And it is a cliche, but it's so true, because when you're going horizontal and you're looking over here and looking over there, you're going to find people to hook up with, and you're going to find things that you don't necessarily want to do that are not good and beneficial for your life, for your heart, for your soul. So that's what I would say.
Okay. And this next question came up actually in the chat, and it kind of goes in a different direction, but someone was asking about the gift of singleness. So what would you kind of say about being single? Is it a gift? Is it appreciated? Is it underappreciated?
I think it should be appreciated more, because when you're single, like, you have all this time for you to just like figure out who you are without an attachment of another person, and like you get to really like just dive into like who you are in Christ too. And I feel like especially for like girls, they have like this need to like feel wanted by a guy and like not be alone. Not that guys don't, but I feel like girls are just always like, I need a boyfriend. It's like, no, like take time by yourself and like figure out who you are, because if you don't love yourself and know who you are, then you're not going to be able to be in a relationship. So I feel like singleness is something that should be like promoted more, especially at your age. That's the thing.
For sure.
Also, as like a dude and being single, I mean, there are times where it's a gift and there's times where it isn't fun. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there's times where it's like you really get in your head, just like the question, I think it was the first question that we were asked, like how you kind of have to take that same step back and look at your life and look at singleness from a like 10,000 foot perspective of like, how is this season like beneficial to me? And as a dude, like, we might not have that same question of like, oh, like I want to be wanted. But at the same time, like, we still do need to work on ourselves. We still do need to be really becoming a man that is willing to pursue a woman, that is willing to work on themselves to love somebody else. And oftentimes, that's best done in the area of singleness. There are a lot of qualities that men should strive for. And the most time that you'll ever get and the most focus you'll ever be on those qualities and on developing those qualities is when you're single. You might see the need more when you're in a relationship, but you won't have the time, and you won't have the really the time to wrestle with that and actually put those things into practice in a season that's outside of singleness. Singleness is where you develop those skills. Singleness is where you can really practice those skills in your friendships and really make the most of becoming the person that you would want your daughter to marry.
Okay, this question came from the junior high panel. What if you're being pressured by others to commit a sin? What advice do you have? So I'm assuming like part of this is maybe like pushing boundaries or doing something that, you're uncomfortable with, or you've said that you wouldn't do. How would you advise this person?
I mean, you might need to end a relationship or
Yeah.
multiple relationships.
Yep.
You know,
100%.
whether this is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or this is, completely out of, the love, sex, and dating topic, and these are just friends that are pressuring you to do this or that. Like, if you truly don't want to give in, if you truly are like, no, this is where I draw my line, and they are causing me to go across that line, like, you might need to cut off some relationships and be like, hey, sorry, we can't hang out anymore. Like, yeah, thanks for the invite on Friday night, but I'm not. I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Like, sorry. Like, you're gonna have to limit some friendships. You know what I mean? If you keep putting yourself in that situation where that boundary is being pushed more and more and more, eventually you're going to give into it, and you're gonna be way further down the path than you really want to.
And I know it might be scary or like not seem cool, but your parents can always be your excuse. Nope, sorry.
Oh, for sure.
My dad, mom said I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like, can't go.
Yeah.
Like, parents want to be the excuse for you to get out of things.
I got grounded for what? Don't ask. just don't ask.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
My mom, she's being crazy. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, when I was in high school, I kind of made this decision of like, hey, I don't want to be around somebody who's pressuring me to do these things, and I lost a lot of friends. But taking that same step back, looking at it from a 10,000-foot view, I look back on that decision now, and it's probably one of the best decisions that I made for my faith. And that was one of the first decisions that I made for my faith, to really take that next step, and I would 100% do that again.
Okay, we're going to shift gears a little bit because we had a lot of questions kind of on this same topic. Someone in high school said, if I think I like someone who's the same gender, should I be concerned and try to stop it? And they said, I don't want to go to hell. So what would you say to that person?
Okay, there's two different questions here. First off, gosh, this is a deeper conversation, but you having a same-sex attraction does not send you to hell. You having a lack of a relationship between you and Jesus Christ is like that separation. Like, there is no... The sin itself is not what's like, oh, if you did this sin, you are going to hell. No, it's your lack of relationship with Jesus. Like, that is what ultimately saves us from hell, is Jesus' love, Jesus' sacrifice in us, accepting that. Now, to the original question of basically, is same-sex attraction a sin in and of itself? No. Acting upon that same-sex attraction is a sin. It's laid out very clearly. We kind of looked at a lot of those verses on Wednesday night on the panel. And so just being able to know that there are times where we're going to have, different attractions, but not, and it's the same idea of temptation. If I am tempted to go out and gamble all my money away, that's not a sin. If I go out and gamble all my money away, that's a sin. If I'm tempted to go out and drink till I'm drunk, that's not a sin. If I go out and drink till I'm drunk, that's a sin. So it's acting upon those temptations, acting upon those feelings. That is what kind of crosses that line between a temptation and a sin.
Okay, this is it's along the same lines, but a little bit different. This person asked, is there a consequence for dating a bisexual person if they're only with me in a heterosexual relationship?
I'm confused on the term consequence. I think it really boils down to what is meant by bisexual. If that's bisexual means, hey, I have same-sex attraction and I'm attracted to the opposite gender as well. It really boils down to self-control, and if they're not acting on their feelings of being attracted to the same gender. Yeah. And I don't know what the consequences are, but I mean, in that same way, it's the consequences of what if I'm dating somebody who is heterosexual and they want to date somebody who's like not me. That's really what it is. And you really have to trust that person and being faithful to your relationship and them being faithful to God. It's not really any different than dating somebody who's straight.
Okay, again, similar line, different question. This person asked, if God created us all and the paths and everything, why is being LGBTQ plus a sin when we can't control that part of us?
Okay, so just because God created choice, God created free will, does not mean that God created all the consequences of that free will and all the consequences of that choice. Out of choice comes sin. You know, God did not create robots to worship him no matter what we do. God gave us all choice. And yes, there are going to be times, but yet maybe we feel that same-sex attraction, or we feel that, you know, temptation or that draw, whether it's love, sex, and dating or any other topic. But that doesn't mean that it's like, oh, God made you this way. God made you that way. That's not how the creation really works. But God did give you choice and did give you free will in all of that. And so to say that, you know, why did God make me this way and I have no choice in the matter? You do have choice in the matter. You have choice whether to act on it or not. You know, like you have that same-sex attraction, you have whatever it is, like that's totally fine. That's understandable. That's a temptation. You know, we all have our different temptations, but to say that God did this to me is not really biblically accurate. It's not really kind of reality of, you know, how God created mankind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have just a couple more questions before we're out of time. This person, we had a couple questions about breakups. This person specifically says, how do you get over a breakup when you're at a low point in your life and the breakup just adds to it?
Dude, breakups suck.
Yeah.
They're just not fun.
Yeah.
Like, I think we all need to acknowledge that. Like, I think sometimes people are just like, cheer up, buckaroo, like you'll get over it. It's like, that doesn't
There's another
help.
fish in this
Yeah,
sea.
exactly. It's like, oh, but I wanted that fish. Like, that fish was cute, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fun, you know? And so I think we do a big disservice to people. We're just like, oh, get over it, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of help in actually acknowledging that, like, yeah, this sucks. This isn't fun, you know what I mean? Like, especially if it was a longer relationship, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's just,
Yeah. And it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be down. But you can't cling to those feelings of being down. Yeah. I mean, that's really what it is. When, you know, time passes by, you don't want to look back on that and, like, try and get those feelings back, basically. You don't want to, you don't really want to sit there and cling and hope. And, I mean, there's a time to move on as well. Like, you can't just sit there. But rely on your friends. Stay busy. Yeah. Do things that take your focus off that past relationship and put your focus on a relationship with God. Mm-hmm. That is ongoing. That is forever changing, but forever beneficial.
Yeah. And I'd say, as someone who has been broken up with and someone who has also done the breaking upping, I agree with Scott. It sucks no matter what. It sucks for everyone involved. Like, when you are in a relationship or a friendship and that ends, there are bits and pieces of you that feel like are also coming to an end. And so I also agree with Keaton. You got to get your mind, you know, somewhere positive and healthy. Don't sit in your room with the lights off, listen to the In Your Feels playlist. Like, that's only going to make you want whatever and cry harder, okay? And I've been there. I've been in that situation. It's like,
we'll give you like 30 minutes to do this. You can do it for 30 minutes and then you got to move on.
It's like, Mom, get out! Okay? But like, exercise. I started exercising a little bit after one of my breakups and just got on my bicycle and I rode it all around town. It was amazing. Got a tan, got swole. Let's go. But
make her regret it.
Yeah, that's what you missed out on. Okay, but definitely rely on your friends and definitely have a good group of people in your life. It's like, hey, good times and bad times, we're gonna get through it together. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna grieve together, but we're gonna rejoice together as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's any breakup, sticky situation. It sucks. Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate. But just get your mind right. That's what I'd say.
You're probably gonna hit your 30 minutes right now, by the way, on the camera.
Well, I'm just gonna go start it.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, Keaton's doing that, and I just feel like most of the time, like, if you break up with someone,
Okay, we're good.
Most of the time, if you break up with someone, it's like for a reason, or if you're broken up with. And so, like,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes, I feel like God places people in your life for a reason during different seasons. And so, like, that person, like, romantically or not, like, they could have been in your life for, like, a season. And that could have been, like, the time that you needed them, though. And then as you, like, continue to grow up, like, that's not someone that might have like grown with you at the same pace.
Yeah.
And so you're just at different seasons in your life, and so you don't realize it in the moment, but just cherish like the good memories and then move forward with you growing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to reflect, because one of the most painful things that you will experience is when you can find yourself saying, I did it again.
Yeah.
I know we're running out of time, but I do want to make sure that we ask this question because it popped up both in junior high and in high school. Definitely a heavier question, but I want to make sure we answer it. This person says, if you get sexually assaulted, how does that work? Is it a sin? Should you repent? Like, how does that work? So how would you guys respond to that?
Full stop, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No, it's not a sin. If you were sexually assaulted, you are not in the wrong in the least. It's sad. It's, what's that? I think it's like 1 in 4, 1 in 5 women will like experience sexual assault at some point in their life, which is just so incredibly sad. I mean, that's a huge, huge number, but if that is you, if that is, what you were feeling, what you've experienced, like, hey, I am so incredibly sorry that it happened to you, but that is not on you. That is not on, like, there is not this sin between you and God right now. No, not at all. And if anything, he wants you to draw closer to him during that moment of just like, I know you are feeling broken right now. I know you are feeling all these different things, but I still love you. I still care for you. But I just want to be very, very clear that no, that is, if you experience sexual assault, that is not a sin at all. So.
Okay, and we can close up this whole time by someone asked in junior high, can you overuse God's forgiveness? So talking about dating, relationships, boundaries, temptation, all of that. Can you overuse God's forgiveness?
Overuse is a tricky word.
I think that there's two different camps, because I think it's, hey, this is a struggle. I'm really trying hard not to do this. I think that God sees you struggle, and that I think that God sees the effort that you're putting into the relationship with him. But if you're of the camp that's saying, hey, I'm going to do this because, God will forgive me even though I'm like deliberately sinning. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
Like those are two completely different things of like, hey, I'm going to do this. I know I shouldn't do it, and I'm doing it because God will forgive me.
Yeah.
Two different things. So of the intentionally sinning camp, you should not be doing that. You should not be deliberately sinning. But if it is a part of a struggle, I mean, God's grace is
never ending.
Yeah. God has already forgiven us. That's what Jesus came here to do.
Yeah.
But if you are going out and deliberately sinning, two separate things.
Yeah, I mean, I think that verse in Paul writes, where he basically says, should we go on sinning so that God's grace increases? And he flat out says, nope, like not at all. Like, don't do that. Because really, and it's kind of what we've been talking about this whole series too, is this is not God trying to take away our fun, God trying to tell us what to do. It's warning after warning after warning. Mm-hmm. And so when God is saying, don't do this, and then you continually do that, he's not mad. He's not any of those things. He's basically just like, man, this is going to be so much more painful. Man, this is going to hurt so much more down the road, and you're not going to enjoy this. So it's like, yes, God's forgiveness will never end, but the consequences for your actions are going to be just increasing every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
My brain hurts.
We threw some questions at you, so.
Well.
Yeah.
Guys.
Well, fellow live streamers, that you're still there. if you guys enjoyed this, like, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely want feedback. If this is something you guys want us to do a little bit more, not once a week by any means, but, once a month we can hop on here and have some live questions. We'd love to do that. That'd be super fun. So we're just trying new stuff. So,
yeah. So
we'll maybe put Daisha just by herself next time. And just...
on the hot spot.
I think that'd be great. That'd be fun.
You guys suck.
All right, well, I'm going to end the live stream.
We're just going to all watch awkwardly.
Scott, you have a voicemail.
Yeah, that sounds about right.